Okay, joining us is quarterback Sam Darnold, the game's MVP, head coach Clay Helton, and joining us shortly will be senior linebacker Uchenna Nwosu. Coach, could you please make an opening remark?
Yes, sir. Well, glory to God and a bunch of great kids. Been an absolute honor to be around this group of men, both as a staff as well as players. And this football family, for what it's accomplished this year, their 11th win, to be back as Pac-12 champs since 2008. I couldn't be more proud of a group and proud to be associated with them. I thought it was a very, very hard-fought game, a great game by both schools. Credit Coach Shaw and Stanford. They played their hearts out, absolute hearts out. So proud. This was a team effort, and these guys found a way. We said that failure was not an option when we began the day, and to see that defensive stand on the goal line, to see a 99-yard drive to take the lead, these kids win games, players win games. So I'll let y'all talk to them and ask them questions. If you got it from me, you feel free to ask, but these guys got it done.
Go ahead and take questions. Please raise your hand. We have handheld microphones. We'd like to hear the questions, please.
Coach, on 4th and 2, were you going for it all the way?
Yes.
And just kind of describe what you were thinking, for that
Wanted
play.
to control our own destiny. We were playing for a Pac-12 title, and there was no question in my mind that we were going to go for it and end the game right there.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Can you walk us through your emotions on that 4th down stop on the other end?
I think just being prideful. I don't know how many snaps that we were down there. We end up getting a penalty that puts them on the 6, and then they get down to look like the 1-inch line and hold right there. I mean, you're talking about one of the best short yardage run teams there is in the world. And for our defense to hold the line, not once but twice there on the 1, man, just they found a way. Proud of these guys. They're unbelievable.
And Uchenna, you made the play on that play. Can you walk us through what you saw pre-snap and kind of how the play kind of transpired?
Well, we saw the offensive line and the tight ends kind of squeezed down, so we knew it was going to be we knew it was going to be type of a tight run. So we told our guys hunker down. This is what Trojan football is, and we was able to make the play for our family and our friends.
Coach, did you feel like this game was sort of like a microcosm of the season where things didn't exactly go right the whole time, but you were able to pull it out in the end?
Sam and I were just talking. We just find ways to win as a football team, and it's hard to win in the Pac-12. You've got 9 teams that are bowl eligible, and Stanford is a class act bunch that wanted a championship just as bad as us. We knew it would be a 4th quarter game. It would be 4 quarters. And credit to these guys. I mean, you go all the way through the season. How they just finish games is amazing to me. They're the best finishing bunch I've been associated with in my 23 years of college coaching. They just find ways to win, and that's the name of the game. Nobody will remember the scores 10 years from now, but they will remember that these kids were Pac-12 champions.
Clay, do you think that the 4th down defensive goal line stand and the ensuing 99-yard drive were the 2 basic plays of the year?
I would say no question. I mean, just it was time to dig deep. It was time to dig deep and win a championship. And when you're trying to win one, those are the plays that are going to define you and define your football team. And that's these kids. We live in a high-pressure world of great expectations on the brightest stage, brightest lights, only game on in the world tonight. And these kids stood up on a goal line stand and then decided to go 99 yards to finish the game. That defines who they are. They are the definition of fight on.
And also, at the end there, when you needed that 1st down, you called a pass play.
Yes.
I think to follow. Kind of take us through the mindset of that.
Yeah, I thought, Teague makes a great call. We had talked about prior to that get our best 3 run plays and our best naked. Because we wanted to give Sam a run-pass option and to be able to flood the field if needed. And that's what you saw. We had a 3 tight end package in, a heavy set, and a terrific job by Sam, breaking contain, going through his progression, and getting it to Josh Follow. How about a true freshman to end the game for a Pac-12 title? That's really cool, really cool.
Hey, congratulations, all you men. Sam, good news is right after they stop on 4th and 1, you've got the ball back, but take us through your mindset. It almost looked like you got sacked on that 50-yard play, just kind of what you saw.
Yeah, so it was a sluggo seam concept, and I saw Steven kind of beat the corner on the sluggo at first, and then he kind of got held up a little bit, and just decided to move up in the pocket, kind of sent some guys around me, and so I moved up and found Pitt down the field. I was going to pull it down and run, but kind of flashed in my vision there, and I found him.
Michael had a great game, Sam. Breakout performance for him. Do you, is that something representative of who he is as a player? Are we going to see more of that?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think that's kind of true with everyone, all the receivers, honestly. All of them are capable of having breakout performances and having great games. It was just, Pitt's night, I think, and other guys stepped up in different areas, whether it was blocking or whether it was pass catching. So I just think it was a great team win and something I'll never forget.
Sam, back in the summer, you mentioned developing chemistry with the wide receivers as kind of being a priority.
Yeah.
At what point did you start to kind of feel it click with some of those young guys like Tyler and Pittman?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier in the week. I think, Tyler really clicked after the Washington State game, and then Pitt had his moments in games and started to get him the ball a little bit, and then, just following the lead of guys like, Jalen Green, Deontay, and Steven, the older guys of the group. It was they showed great leadership throughout the year. And it was just an awesome end of the season, seeing Pitt do what he did, and then Tyler coming up big, and then Deontay obviously coming up huge all year. So credit to those guys.
Coach, at halftime, you guys had effectually dominated the first half, and maybe the scoreboard didn't reflect it. Mm-hmm. What did you tell your guys about what was going on?
Well, really, you're sitting there, and it was a 3-point game. And when you look at the stats, it was really a ball possession game. If you look at both sides, both of us were in backed-up territory the entire game because there wasn't a lot of turnovers. We finally gave one up that provided great field position for them. But, you're sitting there, and really, we had driven the ball. We had scored. There wasn't a lot of possessions in that first half. And the one thing that I thought our defense got better at is, just some big plays had hurt us. Clancy had the perfect coverage called for the long pass down the boundary. The safety was over top. We just didn't come up with the play. They had made 2 drives, and it's 17-14 in the Pac-12 championship. You're up 3. You got 30 minutes to play. Just make the corrections that need to be corrected, and let's finish the game. Was a simple statement. I thought the adjustments on both sides by both coordinators were fabulous as they went to the second half.
Sam, you had an incredible game last year in the Rose Bowl. Dramatic ending, but this was for a championship. Mm-hmm. Compare the two, and how much does this championship mean to you and your team?
Yeah, right now, this means the most in the world right now, and it's special to see how far we've come as a team, and this is definitely winning a Pac-12 championship is our goal at the beginning of the year, and we achieved that goal. So I'm really excited for what's to come, and however we get ranked it's not up to us, but we're just gonna continue to compete, and that's all we can do.
Sam, in practice this week, you were talking about how good and strong and fast the Stanford defense was. How different were they compared to the first meeting of the year? How did you see them?
Same personnel, a little mix up there in the back end, but I think they continue to play hard. Both matchups, I think they're just a bunch that gives it 100%. They always, come out ready to play. And I think we were ready to play the first time, obviously, and then the second time around, we came out ready to play again. And I think that's just such a credit to, our offensive line being able to handle those big guys up front and the front 7 of Stanford. It's always a tough job to do that. And our O-line really stepped up, and, Ronald Jones running the ball was obviously amazing, as always.
Uchenna, what's the challenge of going against an offense, especially when you played them earlier in the season, trying to match up with differences and similarities?
Just trying to figure out what they know. I know they studied a lot of tape on me. It's on the film tonight. They're just trying to find a new way to beat them, just trying to find a new way to get around them, trying to find a new way to get under their skin any way possible, so the biggest challenge for me.
Any other questions? Got one more right here.
I just want to ask if you wanted to make a case, Coach, for you guys in the Final Four.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, you're sitting here as a champion. I think that's important. You know, there are going to be a lot of games that happen tomorrow that are going to decide the future for a lot of football teams. But we sit here with 11 wins. We sit here as a conference champion. We sit here with an unbelievable strength of schedule and have the opportunity to show on national TV, I think we were the only game on, who we are. Obviously, the reality is we'll need some help. But if you look up and there's 4 teams that are 2-loss champions, conference champions, I think we deserve to be in the discussion, especially the way these guys have finished the season. They're hot right now and they're playing good football.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.